Well, didn't see that coming at all. Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 video game plot twists that made no sense.
Words can kill. I was invaded by words, burrowing and breeding inside me.
For this list, we're looking at strange plot points in gaming that didn't add up for any number of reasons. I'm Todd Habercorn, and I'm always on the lookout for lazy plot points. Days of Future Past time travel, anyone? Also, what happened to the Joker at Bruce Wayne's party after Batman dove out the window to save Rachel in The Dark Knight? Did he just leave the Joker there? Did Joker clean up after the party? Did he recycle? Let's... sorry. I've got a YouTube comment troll stuck in my throat. Here we go.
Let's get ready to mojo!
Till next time, son of Sparta.
Number 10. It's not a lake, it's an ocean. Alan Wake.
It's not a lake. It's an ocean.
Alan, wake up.
This shadowy shooter had a mysterious, overarching narrative that often stayed out of Wake's and the player's reach. As he searches for his missing wife, Alice, it becomes harder and harder to tell what's real, what's a dream, and what's in between. Players, finally hoping for a resolution to the story they'd spent so much time unraveling, were disappointed by this final line of dialogue, which was ambiguous at best. There are plenty of theories, sure, but a concrete answer has never been provided, though some DLCs did attempt to tie things up with varying degrees of success.
Alan? Alan?
Number 9. Dante's double-sided coin. Devil May Cry 2.
Looks like it's your lucky day.
Wonderful. I am very pleased.
Throughout this controversial second outing, Devil Hunter Dante uses a coin toss to make his decisions, namely about whether or not he's going to help those in need. The player, like the characters Dante runs into, think he's only choosing to help out based on the arbitrary flip of a coin. But then you discover that the coin is a joke. It's double-sided, with the logo for the Devil May Cry shop on both sides. While some liked this twist and how it tied into some of the game's most climactic moments, others felt a little shortchanged. I didn't write that one, but I did like saying it. They felt shortchanged by Dante going to the trouble of flipping a coin and pretending he's making a decision. And this is why Dante's time as an edgelord was short-lived.
Your lucky streak continues, Granny.
Number 8. Vocal cord parasites. Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain.
Meaning, a breed of parasite that triggers symptoms upon detecting pronunciation specific to Kikongo.
At first glance, the idea that a parasite could burrow into someone's throat and lay undetected for weeks as it pretends to be their vocal cords is just gross. But a deeper reading makes the entire concept fall apart. The larva being able to step in as someone's vocal cords in such a convincing manner is strange enough on its own. But the fact they only start reproducing after exposure to a specific language, first Kikongo, then later English, that's an absurd reach, because as languages have evolved over centuries, certain words that have no initial meaning in one language, while others have adopted said words from foreign languages to fill the gaps. So if Skullface only wanted to target English speakers, he would cause a lot more damage than he intended.
Let's let the boss decide. We live and die by your order, boss. Boss.
Number 7. Cereza is Bayonetta as a child. Bayonetta.
You're not from Figrid, are you, little one? Where are you from?
I'm from my house.
It wasn't exactly hard for anyone to work out that there was a connection between Bayonetta and Cereza, the young girl she spends much of the game protecting. They really went out of their way to foreshadow the hidden connection between the two, but the actual revelation that Cereza is Bayonetta's child self was bizarrely swept under the rug. While Cereza's presence is integral to the present-day Bayonetta unlocking the power of the left eye within herself, after it's all over, She just takes the little girl back to her own time in the most casual way possible. Hell, I mean, why didn't you just call her an Uber? I've got a 15% off code, and we both get a discount if you use it. Just let me know. That's one hell of a hand wave, especially when you just steamroll over the space-time continuum. Don't tell Captain Picard.
On Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand.
Number 6, Aerith's Death, Final Fantasy VII. As if Cloud needed another reason to hate Sephiroth after the whole slaughtering his village debacle, the one-winged angel decided to top his record by breaking everyone's hearts by leaping down from the heavens and impaling Aerith. Since you were led to believe that she was a vital character and you've likely already put a lot of skill points into her, this scenario is upsetting on multiple levels. Adding insult to injury is the fact that you can't just use a Phoenix down to resurrect her after Sephiroth runs her through with his sword. You use them for the whole game, but when the narrative requires a permadeath, they're rendered useless? Come on. Number 5, the internet is a living thing. Indigo Prophecy.
And you will be erased forever. There's no use trying to resist. I have control of you now.
This game's opening is almost pitch perfect, as it brilliantly sets up the murder mystery that serves as the driving force for all parties involved. Mild-mannered main character Lucas has killed a man in a bathroom and doesn't know why. All he does know is that he needs to discover the truth. Sounds intriguing, right? Unfortunately, about midway through the game, the story begins to fall apart, with one crazy plot twist after another. There are cops, there are Mayan oracles involved. They're not the only things Lucas needs to worry about. The internet is after him as well. Not people on the internet itself.
We suspect that some AIs acquired a sort of consciousness using the net during the 80s.
Netscape, Geocities, all of the above. Supposedly, it's made up of a group of AIs who want to destroy the world via an eternal global snowstorm. What?
We already control the world, Lucas.
Number 4, the Reaper's true motivation. Mass Effect 3.
The created will always rebel against their creators. But we found a way to stop that from happening.
Every 50,000 years or so, the mysterious Reapers arrive to purge the galaxy of all advanced sentient life, leaving primitive civilizations to try and piece together what happened to those who came before. It's not until the very end of the game that some ghost kid poorly explains the reason why: to prevent artificial life from wiping out all organic life. This would be a great example of AI gone awry, if not for one problem. The conclusion of the Geth Quarian arc proves that actually organics and synthetics are more than capable of living harmoniously.
You are welcome to return to Rannoch Admiron with us.
Thus making the Reapers, a solution to a hypothetical problem, basically unnecessary and hypocritical.
The chain reaction will combine all synthetic and organic life into a new framework, a new DNA.
Number 3, Melissa Bergman is Mother Brain.
The humans were foolish, and I was forced to bring judgment on them. And yet, because of you, I failed.
Anybody remember the Captain N cartoon? Anybody? No? Okay. Well, the long-established lore of the Metroid games was, by most accounts, ruined by this highly divisive entry to the series. The person you know as Dr. Madeline Bergman for the majority of the game is, in fact, Melissa Bergman. If this twist seems lackluster, it only gets worse from there. Melissa Bergman is an AI created by Madeline Bergman, and not just any AI, an android clone of Mother Brain, who just so happens to have the exact same initials.
MB was the artificial intelligence originally developed to regenerate and control space pirate special forces. Because we wanted it to control these special forces through telepathy, we were forced to model its infrastructure after Mother Brain.
You know, the same Mother Brain who looked like a giant monster in her last appearance. That is some loco suspension of disbelief. Worse still, the foreshadowing was painfully obvious given the repeated drop of the initials MB. Yet Samus couldn't put 2 and 2 together. Stick to turning into spheres.
Only special infants had the genetic coding to become queens.
Once our MB was in a human form, she excelled.
Number 2, Scott Shelby is the Origami Killer. Heavy Rain.
I've seen the parents of all the victims, and all I've come up with is this telephone and a box of origami figures.
David Cage strikes again. For most of the game, we're made to believe protagonist Ethan is the killer. He's the one who has the random blackouts and wakes up with origami figures in his hand after all. But it turns out that Detective Scott Shelby has been the real killer all along, using his investigation as a cover to retrieve evidence. This could have worked if not for a few problems. We're meant to believe that he had time to kill Manfred, all while Lauren is briefly distracted, but his whole internal monologue is him wondering who could have possibly done it? Not to mention, it undermines the entire Kramer subplot. Either he's a schizo and needs some chewable medication, or that's some lazy writing going on.
End of story. Nothing to get excited about.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, Mechanical Arm is Your Wife, Bionic Commando.
Emily?
Prior to the events of the game, Major Nathan Spencer's wife, Emily, goes missing, with his attempts to find her driving the majority of the plot. Imagine the shock when you and Nathan find out that Emily was the emotional catalyst linking Nathan to his giant bionic arm, meaning they literally put her brain inside the thing so that Nate and his appendage can sync together. Even more absurd is that Emily actually agreed to this irreversible procedure, meaning she literally gave up her whole life just so that her husband could have an advanced prosthetic arm. That's what I call being a partner, given 100%.
I'll always be by your side.
In the mood for more awesome gaming content? Be sure to check out this video here on Mojo Plays. And don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.